Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me set up the room real quick and then we can get started. 6:22 right now. We got about 8 minutes till market open. Today's October 1st, first of the month. Let's get everything all set up real quick and we can kick this off. That's crazy. It's October already. Got this set up right here. First. There. Send this link out to you guys here in the premium as well. All right, looks good. That's all set up right there. Start letting people in shortly. So 1 second. That's good. That's there. That's good. Good morning, guys. Hey guys, morning. I'm gonna let people into the room real quick, and then we can get started with with our analysis of US 30. So it's 6:23 right now. Market's opening in about 7 minutes. We do have some time. There's no like super rush, but we definitely want to get the ball rolling sooner than later. So let me get this loaded up right here. Hey, morning, Maria. Morning, Joseph. Morning, everybody. All right, people are still making their way in. Morning, Kenny. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sort of in a nice buy right here. I was thinking about buying this, but I missed it by like a few seconds. Yeah, that would have been a full TP right there. Using the scalp strategy. So guys, I'm still working on the new scalp strategy. Obviously there's a rough draft of like how the strategy works in the last mentoring session, but I'm going to be adding more requirements to increase the win rate and to prevent you guys from getting caught in fake outs. Morning, Riga. Morning, Dave. Morning, Adrian. Morning, Al. Morning, Matt. Morning, Delmas. Morning, everybody. Morning, Dave. 6:24 right now. We got 6 minutes till market open. So shortly, I'm going to start looking at the charts to analyze the technical bias. So let's do that first. We got about 6 minutes, so we still have some time. Happy Friday, Brandy. Morning, Lisa. Morning, everybody. So yeah, today's Friday, last day of trading. It's gonna be very. It's gonna be risky trading just because it's Friday, but also I think there's some news this morning as well. So let me pull up the calendar real quick. Looks like there's news at 5:30. It was core PCE. Price index, it was positive news, and that's why you can see price is pushing up currently right now. Also looking down over here at 6:45, we have final manufacturing PMI, and at 7 o'clock we have US ISM manufacturing PMI and revised EOM consumer sentiment. So we have some news coming up shortly. We're going to try to maneuver through it and still take some trades, but let's go ahead and take a look at the technicals first. So looking over here on the 1 hour, the 1 hour is currently bearish. The reason for it being bearish is that price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Looking over here at the 10-minute, this is bullish right now. Reason for it being bullish is that price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. Looking on the 3-minute over here, price is currently bullish as well, and it's bullish because price is above the pivots and the trend meter is also green. Lastly, looking at the 1 minute, it's also bullish because price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So on the short-term timeframes, it looks like the technicals are currently bullish. Looking over at the fundamental bias right now, the futures data is currently 162 points in the green, so it's very, very bullish right now. Lastly, looking over here at the retail sentiment, it's 62% long. So everything's pointing towards the upside right now. Currently, that's the current bias. When the market opens, we'll see what happens if the market continues to push up higher or if it drops. I was talking to the admin yesterday. Basically we have a group in K2 with like all of the best traders, and we were discussing this yesterday where we kind of anticipate price to go up, right? And that's kind of what's happening right here. It's they're probably going to close the trading week out in the positive just to give people some confidence in the market as we enter the new month. So we'll see what happens, but this is kind of what we anticipated yesterday. I don't know, Maddie, you're here, right? To your buy, Maddie, because I remember you're talking about holding on to that buy yesterday, like a small lot and just seeing where it goes. And it looks like it came right back up because we talked about it last night, like around this area right here, literally, and it shot all the way up from the last time we talked about it. So not sure if you held on to it, Maddie, but if you did, looks like your profit should be pretty nice because we were talking about entering sometime around here. It's currently pushed up like almost 4,000 pips. So yeah, we do have a group with pretty much all the best traders in K2 where we discuss things just to confirm our analysis and stuff like that. You know, if you guys aren't in that group, you know, you're just not at that level yet. Once you get to that level, you will be invited to the group. It's very selective. There's only a few people who are welcome to that group. Basically, people who are consistently profit every single day. Like you have to be very, very consistent to get into that group. Oh yeah, Maddie said, "Oh no, I didn't hold it. I should have though." Yeah, so me and Maddie were talking about entering the buy and holding it around this area right here. It kind of pulled down a little bit and then it shot all the way up. So that would have been a nice buy if you know, if you decided to hold on to it. Anyways, going over to the 1 minute over here, I'm going to be looking for an entry. So let me just mark these up right here. What I'm doing right here is I'm just marking up the two most recent highs and two recent lows. I just identified price break structure. Obviously, you can see right here, price is consolidating. Market's currently going to open in about 1 minute and 35 seconds. So once the market opens, we can confirm the fundamental buys. If it's bullish, then we'll look for some buys. If it's bearish, we'll look for some sells. Morning, Shawn. Morning, Jay. Morning, Dean. Morning, everybody. So same setup as yesterday and the rest of this week, guys. Once the market opens at 6:30, I'm not going to be answering any more questions. I will be answering questions at the end. So if you guys do have questions, just drop them in the chat. And then once I'm done trading myself, then we'll start looking at the questions. So just a reminder to you guys. All right, gotta make sure my MT4 is good. All right, MT4 is not loading. There we go. All right, cool. MT4 is good to go. All right, guys, market's opening in about 30 seconds. So we got 30 seconds till market open right here. All right, we got 15 seconds till market open. We got 10 seconds. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Market's now open. All right, let me check the fundamentals real quick, refresh this. See where the market's sitting right now. Okay, market's currently bullish right now. It's bullish about 190 points. It's exactly what we anticipated. There goes that bullish move right there. What we need to take this breakout here is we need a strong bullish candle, meaning a big green candle with little to no wick on the top side. So if we get that candle right there, it'll qualify as a breakout. If the candle ends up really big like it is right here, this might be a bit of a risky move because if there's a big wick on the top side and it's a big candle, odds are it's going to have to pull back a bit before it shoots to the top. So see, we got about 10 seconds left on this candle right here. This candle is really big. So I'm going to be watching. I'm not going to enter it right away. I'm going to be watching it first to see if it pulls back at all. But this is the breakout right here. All right, so I'm currently in it right now. It's currently pushing up. Pushes it higher. There we go. Ah, fuck. Damn it, dude. My freaking sorry guys. That is my bad. The pricing difference always closes me out early. So it closed me out early. I did make a profit on it. It wasn't a huge profit, but I'm already out of the position. I recommend you guys move your stop loss in profit right now. I currently only locked in about 1,290 off that trade because the pricing difference is like super off, right? Well, it's not super off, but it is off right here. So, I mean, it's okay. I'm out of the position right now. If you guys want to move your stop loss in profit, I do recommend you move your stop loss in profit. Today's Friday. So it's a very risky day. I got in and out pretty quick. I got in kind of late, like around this area here. I had it automatically set to the TP. And when it got to this point right here, it closed me out because of the pricing difference. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I still made some pretty good profit off that trade. I was only in it for a few seconds. But yeah, this is the breakout right here. So it played out perfectly like we anticipated. You know, I'll just go ahead and set some alerts right here for the full TP. But yeah, like I recommended, you guys should move your stop loss in profit if you guys took it. It already hit TP1 right here, so I'll give a small update in the group for the people who already caught it and are out like myself. Damn, I got to figure out a way to fix that, because the thing is I keep getting stopped out too early due to the price difference and the spread. So I got to factor in the spread and the price difference into my pricing. Damn it. It's okay. I'll send my profits right now. I'll give you guys a little update in the group as we go over this. So I mean, I'm pretty heavy in profits for the day, so I can't really complain, to be honest. Let me just show you guys real quick my profits. So here's the trade that we just took right there. The take a screenshot of this. So I'm currently up. I'm getting profits for the day. I got that, and I also got this right here. Let me send you guys the profits right here in the group to show you guys that, you know, I did take that trade and it did close me out early, unfortunately. I mean, actually, it's probably a good thing because it came right back. I mean, it didn't come down, but it's starting to like mess around a bit. All right, so as you guys can see right here off that trade, I locked in a partial profit, like 1,290, and then my other one, there's like a lot of this market's too liquid right now, so I only made about 1,000 on this one. But in total, I'm in profit about 5,000 for the day. So that's why I can't really complain, because I did take some trades yesterday. I also locked in some profits here, and as you can see, prices starting to swing back and forth as we speak. So if you guys followed my advice, you guys are probably stopped on profit already. However, if you guys are holding on to it, it's probably going to swing up, but it's going to be very risky for you guys to hold. So hopefully you guys did follow my advice and move your stop loss in profit, because you can see price starting to tumble down right now. Today's not the day to take risky trades, because it is Friday. There's also news coming up in a short while. Let's see. We have the next news event coming up is at 6:45. It's in about 10 minutes. Final manufacturing PMI. Let's see. A lot of you guys did make profit off here. Kyle showed his profits right now. He locked in 1,005. Great work, Kyle. Let's see. Anyone else here? Rick over here took the buy as well, made 1,092. Nice work, Rick. Congrats. Jonathan over here took the trade as well, locked in 501. So great work amongst everyone here who took the trade and made profit. Albert as well, locked in 1,445. So it's really important that you guys follow directions here, right? Let me go back to the chart here, because if you didn't, look what happens to price. You know, I try to warn you guys as much as possible to pull out of the position or move your stop loss in profit. If you guys listened, you guys are fine. Everyone here made profit. If you guys listened, Jesus as well, locked in a total of 634. Nice work, Jesus. Today's Friday, guys. It's always risky on Friday, so it's better for you to lock in some profit and not get greedy than to hope that it's going to go and push the full way when price can easily reverse. So Casey over here, 685. Nice work, Casey. Eunice over here as well, locked in a total of 217. Great work, Eunice. Brian over here locked in a total of 13,000 this morning. Nice work, Brian. So Brian took some pretty crazy, well, not crazy trades, but he took like some pretty nice trades all throughout the night, and he locked in a total of 13,000 for today. Nice work right there, Brian. It's the biggest profit I saw for the day so far. Dre as well. Dre locked in about 2,240. Great work right there, Dre. So it works with futures too, guys. A lot of people always ask, you know, whether this works with the actual US 30 futures, and Dre did right here. He tried on the futures and he locked in some pretty nice profit off that. Vincent as well locked in a total of about 990 off that trade, just like I did. Great work, guys. So I'm going to take this off right here, and we're now going to look for some possible scalps. Or you know, we might just sit out the market. We'll see how the market does move. If it continues to move smoothly, then we'll look for some more scalps. If not, then we're probably just going to you know, take it easy for the rest of the morning, because there is going to be news coming up shortly. So great profits amongst everyone over here. Owen as well, locked in a total of 817 right there. Great work, Owen. Nice profits there. Anelli as well, locked in 3,871. Great work, Anelli. So yeah, great work amongst everyone here. Larkin as well. Larkin locked in a total of 7,516. He actually held on to it pretty much only to that top move, and he locked in about 7,000 off that trade. Great work, Larkin. Other than that, if you guys have profits to send in, go ahead and send them over. You guys can see we have at least like 20, 30 people who just sent profits in right now. So whoever followed directions made profit off this trade. If you guys didn't follow directions, no, it's unfortunate, but you guys got to follow directions. You guys got to listen. Today's a very risky day to be holding on to uncertain trades. Jordy as well over here, locked in a total of 2,618. Nice work, Jordy. All right, let me give a little update right here. Nice profit off that K2 US 30 breakout entry. Roman as well. Let me see what Roman locked in for the day. So go over here. See what's good. All right, cool. Roman over here locked in a total of 978. Nice work, Roman. I wonder if you're still on the road, bro. Are you still on the road right now? Looks like you have a picture of your truck right there. I know Roman is on vacation. This dude is traveling all throughout Canada and also trading in the morning with us. So he made some pretty solid profit. If you guys see Roman's profits here, this is all while he was on vacation. He made 3,000. He made about 4,000 here. He made about 2,000 there. The day before that, he made about 1,000. The day before that again. It's cool, all right, that you sent me the other day. Roman over here all made about 1,000 this day. So every day during his vacation, you can see he was on the road traveling throughout Canada, and he was making like 1,000 a day, just taking a break from his vacation and then trading with us in the morning at the truck stops. So great work right there, Roman. Glad to see profit and enjoying your vacation as well. Adrian over here as well. He locked in a total of 1,331. Nice work, Adrian. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so Adrian, I'm sure a lot of you guys heard the news about funding talent. He said playing with Ftmo demo after being screwed by funding talent. So unfortunately, a lot of you guys got screwed by funding talent. That's why I only recommend Ftmo to everyone here. So, all right, guys. Other than that, let's see. Scotty sent some profits in right now. He locked in a total of 207. Nice work, Scotty. Scott Henry over here. It's funny because they're both Scott. Scott Henry over here locked in a total of 762. Nice work, Scott. Scotty and Scott, both some nice profits right there. So we're going to be looking for some possible scalps over here. It looks like we had one. Well, I mean, technically, this would have been one of those 1 minute risky scalps right there. I didn't take it, but that would have been one of it because it broke the structure right here. And that's what these lines are, if you guys are wondering what these lines are. So we're still applying the original strategy, but I'm starting to throw in the risky entries as well. So if you guys do understand the other strategy, I mean, you guys can follow along. If not, it's okay. It's not really a set in stone strategy yet. I still got to figure out how to make it better for certain traders to make sure that you guys can actually understand it, because it's a very subjective strategy. It's not one that's similar to the ones that we already follow. It's very subjective. You have to actually know what to look for. Let me just draw some zones over here in case we decide to take some snipes. All right, so let me turn these off right here. I don't really recommend taking a daily entry on a Friday because the market's only open half day. It's not open until Asia. It's going to close at 1:30. So I don't really recommend you guys take the daily entry, but I'll just leave it up here in case someone does want to take it, because the one yesterday did play out pretty nice. So there's the snipe strategy, and here is the daily strategy right here. And I'm also going to turn on my alerts over here as well, so let me know when the momentum signals are coming in. All right, so looking at this right here, there's no entry for any snipes. Holding down to the 3 minute, there's nothing really available right here either. Let me just turn this off. There's nothing available here, so we need a retracement right here, and then we can catch the buys. It swings back up. So we want that to trace down and then come into it as it comes back up on the 3 minute right here. I'll check the fundamentals to see where it's sitting at right now. currently we're looking for that to pull back. Also for this right here, if this swings below, then we can start looking for a new signal to the sell side. And if this breaks below here, so this technically, it's too late because he did break the structure right here. So this technically would have been a risky scalp entry, but I think it's too late for me to enter because it's already pushed below. Yeah, I don't think I could enter this right now. Let me see. Fuck, I accidentally clicked on it. Don't hop into this trade, guys. I'm gonna pull out real quick. I accidentally hopped into this for a sell real quick. I was trying to check this. Whatever. I made 800 off that trade, so I made a quick profit off that right there. About 800. It was an accident. I was trying to measure it on my MT4, but I ended up accidentally clicking the sell button. So hopefully you guys can enter that trade. I entered and exited real quick. I'll just give you guys a small update on that profit. It did hit the TP because I have my automatic TP set up right there to enter and exit the trades really quick. So I entered, I exited, made some pretty nice profit off it. I'll send you guys a screenshot of my profits. You guys can see it moves way too fast. In order for you guys to apply this strategy, the risky one, you like for sure need the indicators because you guys have to be waiting for it. Basically, I was just waiting for this because we had a sell signal here. It's not this strategy right here, so don't look at this one. I was looking for price to break structure right here. It broke structure right there. And then I looked for the momentum to see where to trade. Right here, we had a sell signal, so I pushed this for a sell. And then I ended up catching it for a quick, what was it, 100 pips right here. So that's how I locked in that profit. And I'll send you guys the screenshot of that profit that I just made right there. It's a really lucrative strategy. If you guys know what you're doing and you guys understand what I'm like talking about, you guys can hop into those trades super quickly and then hop out without really getting caught in anything. You literally, you just hit the sell and then it automatically enters and exits. So for that one trade right there, you can see that I locked in 670 off that right there, that little sell right here. I locked in 670 right here off my first account, and my other account I locked in 570. And if you guys want to learn that strategy or just have a good, understanding of like how I did that right now, just go on the YouTube channel and then go to the videos and then look at the most recent group mentoring session right here. This is basically how I apply it for myself. Where this is where I explain like how I apply it, like the basic understanding as to how the strategy is being applied. There's more details to it, obviously. That's something that I need to work into the analysis so that you guys can understand a little better. But you can see right here, it's still pushing pretty heavy. So if I held on to it a little longer, I still would have made way more profit. But the key here is not to get greedy. The key is to lock in profits and pull out. That's why I was in that trade for like a few seconds, locked in about 670, and then my other account 570. So in total, about 1,200 off that small little move right there. And you can see prices starting to dump down. So we'll see what happens. The news just happened right now at 6:45. So let's see if the news is positive or negative. Let's refresh this. The news was neutral, it looks like. Yeah, so it was neutral. It didn't really affect the market that much. The next news event, which is high impact, is coming at 7 o'clock. So I'm going to be careful with this. I'm not going to take it because I don't want to risk my accounts. You can't trade news 2 minutes before, 2 minutes after on Ftmo once you're funded. Let's see. All right, let me see if there's anything else here for me to look at real quick. So I need to move this down here. This is the next low down there. But anyways, we're looking for this strategy right here. In order for us to apply this, we need price to retrace to the upside right here, and then we catch it as it swings back down. So that's kind of what we're looking for right here. Let's take a look at the fundamentals right now. Fundamentals are currently it's still pretty bullish. It's 119 points in the blue right now. So it's bullish for the most part. Looking over here at the Dow 30, refresh this right here. The stock index is, for the most part, it's green, but it's starting to shift. So it's mostly green right here, but a lot of these stocks are starting to turn red. So it's starting to flatten out. Looking at the futures data is currently up about 200 points right now. So it's still pretty bullish. Everything's pointing towards the upside. However, looking at retail sentiment over here, 61% long. So we'll you just got to be really cautious with the trades right now, guys, because it is Friday. We have the news coming up in about 14 minutes. So there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that could possibly affect the market. I'll be looking here for another possible risky scalp, not this strategy right here, but the one I just discussed. I'm basically looking for it to, actually, this isn't going to be a lot. I think this is going to, yeah, there we go. So it's going to move below. So every time this thing updates right here, I'm just going to move this lower. What I'm doing is I'm marking up the two most recent lows and the two most recent highs. So this is the high right here. This is the previous high. This is the previous low, and then this is the new low that's being developed. Until it's closed, like until it's like a couple candles later, then I'll leave it there. But I'm not gonna just leave it there. So whenever it adjusts, I have to adjust it with it. That's why you shouldn't be applying it right away. You have to make subtle adjustments as price continues to move along. And this is why this indicator is still under works, because we need to figure out a way to teach you guys so that you guys understand when the proper swing highs and swing lows are, because that's been like everyone's biggest issue, right? It's identifying proper swing highs and swing lows, because everything looks like a swing high or swing low. The most important part is actually identifying the ones that are valid. So other than that, let's see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. All right, 6:48 right now. So still looking for some trades here. And just a reminder, guys, if you guys do have questions in the chat, I'm not answering any questions right now. I will be answering them after I'm done trading. Right now, this is full focus on trading. So if you guys do have questions, you're free to put your questions in the chat. Once I'm done analyzing stuff, I'll go and look at your questions. So let me see if there's anything else that I need to follow along here. Let's see, refresh this. Any news? Yeah, not really much news today. I don't really see anything here. Looking at the fundamentals, the Dow Jones average is currently 120 in the green. Looking over here at the actual stock index looks like it's still pretty green as well. If these stocks continue to push up higher, then it could just continue pushing up higher. It doesn't necessarily need to drop. It's, I mean, you can literally do whatever it wants. It just really depends on where the market takes us. So looking at this right here, here's the retracement that we were looking for. We need that to close, and then we can catch it as it swings back down. See if there's anything else here for me to look at. Let's look at the profits over here. So profit off that K2 US 30. 1 minute. All right, I'm just gonna give you a little update right here for that trade that I took. So yeah, I'm doing pretty good for the day. I mean, if you add up my profits on both my accounts for the day, it's not bad at all. So 2,970 plus 3,270. So I'm in profit about 6,240 for the day across both my accounts, which is not bad at all. No losses, straight wins right there. I'll give a little update over here. So Andy over here as well. So Andre locked in a total of 1,135. Nice work, Andre. And then Andy over here as well locked in a total of 1,386. All wins and no losses right there. So great work, Andy. Just put this over here real quick. Casey locked in a total of 1,243 this morning. All wins, no losses as well. Nice. So yeah, Casey took the last two sells. So basically, he took the sells right here. Casey took this one where it broke below, and he also took this one where it broke below. So he's using the risky strategy that I just mentioned. So he took that one right there, made a quick profit, and then he took this one right here, or not this one right here, and made a quick profit as well. So quick profit right there, quick profit right there. And those are the same ones that I took myself right there for that sell, and this one right here as well. So great work right there, Casey. And just a reminder, if you guys want to watch that video, just watch the previous mentoring session where I go over it, not really in detail, but I do go over it enough for you guys to at least understand it somewhat. So definitely great work there, guys. Send this over here real quick as well. And this right here. Maddie said he missed the breakout, but he locked in a total of 1,095. So great work right there, Maddie. Looks like you took a couple scalps after. Ryan over here as well. So Ryan Visco locked in a total of 280 this morning. Both of those sells right there, all wins, no losses. Great work, Ryan. So there's some pretty good profits here amongst everyone. Jay here as well. So Jay locked in a total of 3,479. And the crazy thing with Jay is that he was a premium member before. He had to take a break because Jay just had his kid born, and then now he's still trading with us on the live sessions. He's not even in the premium. He's here on the YouTube, and he's locking in some pretty massive profits right here. So great work, Jay. Jay's currently up 3,479. You can probably go buy that. Me and Jay were looking at shotguns. You can probably go buy that shotgun now, the Benelli. It's a sick gun. Yeah, because me and Jay kept telling me, like, if I make a certain amount of profit at night, I got to go buy the shotgun. So like right now, I've been like locking some pretty massive profits at night, because I think the shotgun's like about 5,000. So our deal was basically, if I make 5,000 during Asia session, I got to go buy the shotgun. And right here, I'm not there yet, but I'm getting closer to it. So we'll see what happens by next week, because this strategy has been super lucrative. As long as you guys know how to apply it perfectly, and you guys follow directions, you know how it's applied, you can easily make like quick profits off it each night. That's why you guys see me profiting at night, right? Lately I've been trading during Asia session, and you guys have seen my profits pretty much over here. I locked in like 660 yesterday, taking that scalp, and then I locked in another one. So last night I was basically up about 3,000 about across both accounts. Tommy over here just sent his profits. He said just might call it after closing this one. So Tommy's currently in profit 2,817 right now. Nice work, Tommy. He's still holding the sell from earlier. So definitely some nice profit there. And he took a small lot size. He only took a 3 lot, and he's been holding on to it, currently in some pretty heavy profit right there. Other than that, nothing else for us to really look at this point. Price is kind of just bouncing around, not really showing any specific direction. So as you can see right here, price is kind of just going sideways now. This is kind of what we're looking for. Here's the retracement that we're looking for. Now we're waiting for price to come right back down below for a sell. If we get that right there, we can take this using this strategy over here, the 1 minute pivot scalp strategy. Going back to the 3 minute, nothing here. We can catch this if it swings back up, but it doesn't look like it's going to swing back up anytime soon. Lastly, here on the 10 minute, no entries here either. So this might be a sell actually. If this here closes, it still has 5 minutes on the candle. So if it closes with the red candle, price might be shifting towards a sell, but we'll see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, because the retail sentiment right now is currently 60% long. So if all the retail traders are long right now, price can easily just come dumping down and stop everyone out before we enter the weekend. So what might happen here is price might come down, stop people out. I mean, it's typical manipulation for a Friday. Price is currently going sideways right now, but if price does come down, that's completely fine. It'll come down right here, and then probably midway through market, it'll just shoot right back up. Right. Because I'm sure they want to open the month in positive, right? That's generally what the market wants to do. A lot of institutions and market makers want to open the month up in profit or in positive, so that they can tell their investors, market's it's hot right now, market's good, even though it really isn't that good. And this is one way to follow it. One way to follow it is to look at the daily average. As long as this closes in the green, it's going to be good for a lot of the institutions and all the investors pretty much, because they're going to be able to relay that to their clients that the market's doing well, when it really isn't doing that well overall. It's it's just bullish for the beginning of the month, just to give people some hope. So the market moves in so many different ways, guys. You guys have to look at things from different perspectives, not just from the technical analysis, but look at it from a psychological perspective too. Think about the investors. How are their clients going to be happy? Their clients are going to be happy if you open the month in the green, because it'll show that this is it's always like some kind of BS analysis, right? They're always like, oh, this looks like the market is starting to bottom out and it's going to shoot back up, but in reality, it's probably just going to come down even further. They just need the market to look somewhat decent to to pretty much entice their clients to think that, like, basically long-term investors, because US 30 is a directional asset. Generally, people use this for long-term investments. They just buy it and they hold it, right? So what I can see right here is them probably telling people that prices bottomed out around this area, and then it's going to continue pushing up. but that might not necessarily be the case. Obviously, we had a lot of Fed news this entire week, so you can see right here from September 27 up until today, price has just been dumping, right? Because the Fed was speaking all week, it was kind of risky to trade. And a lot of people are optimistic that US 30 is going to come back up, which it should, because it's so far down, right? If you look at US 30 right here from July, like if I go to the 4-hour time frame, let's see, 240. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, price has been dropping since August of this year. So since August 14th or 16th, price has just been going downwards for US 30. So it might be time for it to bounce back up, but who knows? We don't know when that's exactly going to happen. All right, anyways, going back to the 1 hour over here. Still no entry available here just yet. We're waiting for this to confirm. So I'm going to move this down here. We have a new low. It's up here. So basically what I'm looking at here, guys, is price consolidating. I'm looking for it to swing back down to take that sell. But if it doesn't, that's completely fine. It doesn't have to swing down. It's just that's what we're looking for right now. Looks like a lot of you guys are done trading for the day, so that's cool. If you guys don't have to trade, it's completely fine. Even myself, I'm being a little more cautious right now because I'm pretty satisfied with my profits for the day. And obviously, I want to close out this week with good profits. So I'm sitting right now at 6,240 across both of my accounts for this morning. It's not really something to really complain about, right? And guys, here's another breakdown of like what we talked about the other the other time we were on this live session talking about goals. A lot of you guys want to make 6 figures a year, 100,000. And, just for the new members who are here, because a lot of people have been asking me about this, you just do 100,000. That's 6 figures, right? 100,000. You divide that by 12 months in the year. You divide that by 4 weeks in the month. You divide that by 5 days in the week. And you only need to make 416 a day. So if you make this much a day, every single day, Monday through Friday, you guys can easily make 100,000 by the end of the year. This is not very much. You guys have seen everyone's profits here. Let's see. So Tommy's up to Jay's up, 3,000 for the day. Ryan's up 280 for the day. So like, here's an example of a smaller account, right? A smaller account like Ryan over here, he's making 280 a day. So if you do the math there, 280 times 5 times 4 times 12, that's still 67,200 for the end of the year for taking like small trades and only like a couple trades a day. You guys can see this is the potential here if you guys are consistent with your profits and you guys are able to manage your risk properly. All right, so we're looking for price to, if price doesn't come up right here, if it doesn't come up and come down, then we're probably gonna be shifting our bias because it's gonna be above the pivots, but we'll have to wait and see what happens here. So it's 6:59 right now. News is coming out right now shortly, actually at 7. All right, so ISM manufacturing is right about to be released. Let's see what happens with the price over here. No update. Go down right here. And this is fine because I can't trade till like 7:02 anyway, so I gotta wait for this to pass. All right, so the news was positive. So you can see right here, that's why it's starting to climb up a little bit. The news was positive, but doesn't necessarily mean it's going to keep pushing up. It can just be a fake out. So one thing to be careful about are fake outs, obviously. This could be a possible buy here up to 3 minute. Damn, I can't even take this trade because we'll see. It's still close to the news event. I gotta wait for this news event to be done and over with. So as you guys can see right here, the news is positive. Price is starting to shoot up right here. This could be a fake out, so I don't recommend just hopping into it right now. Don't chase this push to the upside. You got to wait for the confirmation because what could happen is it'll have a temporary push up and it'll come right back down because the news was positive, but that could be a trap right there to trap people to hop into this. Basically, for people to bandwagon onto these buys here. I always keep doing that. I was trying to move this over. Let's close out some profit right here. It comes back up. So guys, don't enter this buy over here. And I keep clicking this on accident like I did earlier, but it's okay. I'm gonna hold on to it. So guys, don't enter this buy right here. I was basically trying to move this up over here. I'm hoping it swings up, because if it swings up, I can just close out some profit. So let's see if it swings up right here. Damn, this thing is crazy volatile right now. I'm just trying to pull out. All right, let me see if I can move this down a little lower. Push up a little bit. All right, so I locked out of that. I locked in about 1,000 off that trade. It wasn't this one right here. The one that I entered was this one right here, because price broke the structure, like I was mentioning, the risky strategy. I was saying if price closes above here, we can hop into that risky buy right here, and that's what I took. Right here, this one. I don't recommend people, like, this is a trade that I don't like telling people to take or giving advice how to take this trade, because it just moves too fast. Unless you know what you're doing, you can hop in and out really quick, because there was the TP right there. Get my TP and I pulled out in profit. So let me send you guys a screenshot of that. And another reminder, if you guys want to learn this strategy, go to the mentoring session, the most recent one, and then you guys can see it there. I'm not going to teach you guys it on here because it just moves too fast. Damn, man, I locked in like minimal profits off that again. I only locked in 570 off that. Or no, actually I locked in 1,000. It just updated. I was like, man, what happened to my profits? I swear I locked in more. So I locked in 1,010 off that trade. I was only in it for like a minute or so. So my profits are pretty heavy right now. So let me just give you guys an update off that. And you guys saw what I was looking for. I was looking for that to swing. So, okay, here are my profits off that one trade. I'm not going to post I'm not going to save this as like a profit that we took today, because I didn't actually like tell you guys, oh, I'm going to take this and then this and that. So I'm not going to count it towards the weekly profits. I'm just going to show you my profits that I made off that specific trade. So off that buy right there, you can see right here, I made 890 at 701. 703 right now. Oh fuck, I took this during, hopefully that news event wasn't restricted. All right, hold up one second, guys. I totally forgot there was news. When did I take that trade? I'm really hoping that was not restricted for US30. I don't think it was, but no, it wasn't. Okay, fuck, perfect. Oh, man, my whole life like flashed. I was like, man, did I lose my Ftmo just because I traded during news? So that news event wasn't restricted on Ftmo, thank God. So I took that trade there, and that's what I locked in 890 off that. So you can see at 701, it's 704 right now. So at 701 right here, when this trade pushed above here, that's where I took it, and that's where I made the profit off of that. It's a really quick strategy. You guys have to really know what you're doing though to apply it properly. So I made 890 off that on this account, and then I made 1,010 off this account. So total for today, I'm in profit 3,826, and then on the bottom one, 4,246. I'm in profit 8,072 for the day, for a Friday and Asia session yesterday as well. So it's been pretty nice. I mean, today's been good for a Friday. Another quick profit off that K² US30 1 minute risky scalp. All right, cool. So another good accident right there. I wasn't planning on entering that trade, but I mean, I'm glad that I entered it. Miles here locked at 752 for the day. Nice work, Miles. But yeah, guys, if you guys have profits you guys want to send over, go ahead and send them over. Otherwise, we will be looking for any possible trades here. If we don't see anything, then oh crap, we missed another trade here. So this was a sell right here. It was like really close to the pivot though, so I wasn't really looking to take it. But this technically would have been an entry for this strategy right here, because you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal, which would be the sell signal right here. Then you want to confirm that it's below the pivots. It like slightly closed below the pivots right here, and that's why this would have been a valid entry, and that's why I would have hit TP right there. I won't count this because I didn't catch it as well. I want to be fully transparent with you guys. I only want to post trades that we actually identify on the live session, that we actually, you don't necessarily have to take it, but I want to make sure that people have the opportunity to take this trade. Let's see, Albert actually caught it. So this is what I recommend, that you guys learn the strategy so that you guys know what to look for. Albert here took the sell right here at 705. He locked in 595. So if you guys do have the K2 indicators and you guys know how the strategy is applied, you guys can take it yourself. I didn't take it, I missed it, but Albert here took it and he locked in a nice profit at 595 off that one trade right there. Brian here as well. Brian took the trade right there at 705, locked in 705 off that trade. So definitely great work to Albert and Brian for understanding the K2 strategies, applying it themselves, and waiting for it to come up. So they saw it come up, they entered, made a nice profit off it, Brian and Albert. So you can see there's multiple people here who also lock in some pretty massive profits off that one trade there, as we see. Let me see if there's anything else right here. All right. I mean, it's been a great week so far for everyone else. Like Ryan here as well. So Ryan took the trade there. He's up 704 now. So as you guys can see earlier, Ryan's profits have just multiplied within a few minutes here. At 651, Ryan was at 280. Now he's at 704, right? So if Ryan is making 704 a day, like just using this as an example, about $700 a day times 5 times 4 times 12, that's 168,000 a year. So as long as Ryan can be consistent and lock in this much profit every single day, which is not very difficult. You guys have seen other people here lock in some pretty massive profit. Like Brian here, he locked in 866. You saw Albert's up 2,000. If you guys can be consistent and not get greedy, you guys can, your profits will add up over time, and you guys can easily reach new goals as you guys continue to grow with K2. So great work right there, Ryan. I know Ryan's been around for a while. I'm not really that long, actually, only like a week or so, and he's been consistent with his profits so far. Looking at this right here, I mean, this technically would be a buy entry, but I'm probably not going to want to take it. Let me see if there's anything else over here that I'm missing. Any other news? Yeah, pretty good so far. Let me see what the fundamentals are looking like. If everything's looking pretty bullish, maybe that might be a good one. 174. Yeah, it's very bullish right now. The market's completely bullish. The only thing that I'm worried about is that retail sentiment is currently at 60% long. So there's a lot of retail traders on the long side. I generally don't like to trade with retail traders. I like to trade the opposite. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. A bit. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna take this off right here. Take this off right here. It's an invalid signal anyway. So there's no valid signal here, so there's no entry that's available. We'll keep waiting. This might be the new low high. We'll see. I'll just mark that up right there as we watch this. See if there's anything else right here. All right, man. Great profits amongst everyone here. Well, specifically the members in K2. So just looking at everyone's profits here in K2, this is why it's important that you guys are in the group so that you guys understand what everyone's doing. And you also understand the strategies here. So as you can see, everyone here has a very, very good win rate. Ryan, all wins right here. Casey, all wins are all blue. Andy, all blue. And this is why it's important. If you guys are on the YouTube, you guys are probably not going to get the full value out of this because the YouTube is delayed. So just keep that in mind. YouTube is delayed. So if you guys are trying to copy these trades that we're taking here, you're going to miss a lot of the moves because you're not moving at the same speed as us. You're like 10 seconds to 30 seconds behind. So if you guys are brand new here and you guys want to have access to the real-time, stream here, then just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 Trades Live Trading Room. Or if you guys want to learn the actual strategies that we're applying here and, identify these trades and anticipate them before we actually even take them, then click on K2 Trade Strategies over here. And this is how you'll get access to the K2 indicators. And you'll have access to catch moves like this sell right here that I missed. Brian caught it right here on his own, and Albert caught on his own as well, both of them. And Albert's up 2,351, right? Just for the day. That's for today. So as you guys can see, the return on investment with this risk, if you sign up to K2 is very high because you can easily cover your K2 subscription within like one trade or a couple trades. Like Albert here, to sign up to K2, if you just want access to live sessions, it's $75. Albert here did that with like, quarter of his trade. And then if you want access to the indicators, it's $250, but you can see here, Albert also covered that with one of his trades here as well. So if you guys learn the strategies, your profit potential here can be pretty much unlimited because a lot of people here actually did better than me. So like for me right here, I'm in profit 4,246. But you guys can see there's a couple people here who are actually making a lot more profit than me this morning. Like Jay, he's pretty close up there, 3,400. Let's see who else is here. This is actually one of the few days where I'm doing really well with my profits for the day compared to the rest of the group. Because usually everyone else here is doing a lot better than me. Like Larkin, see, Larkin's up 7,516 for the day, so he's way above me. But there's like, there's people in between. Like an Ellie over here, he's up 3,800. Owens above 800. Vincent about 1,000. So, your profit will vary depending on your risk, but the profit potential for you guys here is basically unlimited if you guys actually learn this stuff. All right, 612 or sorry, 712 right now. So I'll see if there's any other entries that are available. If there's nothing that comes up anytime soon, then we just might have to, I might just have to call it a day. So 612 right now. Let me see if there's any other news events. I think we're done with news for the day. It's just all we have left is that it's Friday. And the reason why it's risky to trade on Friday is because a lot of people are getting in and out of the market. A lot of people are pulling out before the weekend, so volatility might die down shortly. Generally, like halfway through the market, like once it hits like 9:10 around this period over here, about 1 minute. So once time hits like around 9:10 or maybe like around 11, this is when the market starts to die down a little bit. It's kind of dying down right now, but around 10, this is when volatility just dies down because the market closes right over here. Yeah, so market is going to close right over here. So this is how much we have left in the market. So as you guys can see, price isn't really moving directional anymore, right? It's kind of just going sideways now because a lot of people have pulled out of the market for the weekend. So that's why I usually end up closing out a little early on Fridays because there's just no point in trading when there's no volatility in the market. So I just have these marked up. This is midway through market around 10 o'clock. This is when market closes at 1:30 my time. All right. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. I'll go over questions now since I'm not really looking to take any trades. It's getting closer to the end of the session, so I'm kind of done with trading for the day. I'm happy with my profits. Obviously, you can see my profits for the day are enough for me to just call it a day, right? So I have 3,826 right here, 3,826 and 69 cents. Down here, I have 4,246, 4,246 and 70 cents. So a total of 8,073 and 39 cents for this basically this morning and yesterday's Asia session. So definitely great work amongst everyone here. I'll go down the Zoom real quick to see if there's any questions. Yeah, let me check this question first. Falcon said, Shawn, thoughts on CTrader? I'm surprised you don't use it yet. I don't use it because I still use the copier. So that's why I don't use CTrader. The copier only, I believe it only supports MT4 and MT5. So, I mean, if I wasn't using the copier, yeah, maybe I'd use CTrader, but I'm not using CTrader because I'm using the copier with MT4. Falcon's asking, Ftmo does have that option. You have a sentimental attachment. Well, I mean, it's like the saying goes, Falcon, if it works, don't like, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? What we're doing here is not broken, Falcon. I'm making profits every single day with one platform. Just because you switch to CTrader doesn't make you a better trader. It doesn't matter what platform you use, what broker you use, it's not going to make you a better trader, right? So if you suck at trading on MT4, it's not going to make you a better trader if you switch to CTrader. You're still going to suck at trading, right? So that's why, like, it doesn't matter. You can use any platform you want. MT4 works for me. That's why I still use it. Yeah, I'm not being mean either, Falcon. I'm just being real with you because you had to make that statement that you have a sentimental attachment to it. I don't have a sentimental attachment to it. I know how to make money off MT4. That's why I use MT4. I don't know like why you think CTrader is like so much better. Maybe it's a better platform, but I'm still profiting every single day. Like all my profits here are off MT4 and I'm not losing, right? If there's an issue with MT4, then yeah, I'll switch over to CTrader. But I mean, I don't know. Like, do you know something that I don't know that makes CTrader like a million times better than MT4? Because like, yeah, no. So Falcon said, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm just curious, like what's so good about CTrader? Like, what makes me have to switch to CTrader? Because you're making it seem like, oh, this is like end all be all. If I don't switch to CTrader, then I'm making like the worst decision of my life. But I'm doing pretty good trading, so that's why I'm still on MT4. And I have other reasons because I'm using a copier. So I mean, if you have reasons, Falcon, I'd be open to like listening to what you have to say. What makes CTrader like a million times better than MT4, MT5? because the main reason is that I use my copier. So that's the main reason why I use it. Also, I don't have any issues with MT4 right now. I'm still, I'm still doing well every single day. So it's all good, Falcon. If you have reasons, I would like to know because maybe it's a reason for me to switch over. But right now, I just don't have any reasons for it. But back to your question, no, I don't have a sentimental value to it, and I don't know something that you don't. All I know is that I know how to trade on MT4, and that's why I stick with MT4. All right, back to the Zoom questions over here. Let me see if there's anything else. All right. So Isai is asking, hey, good morning, guys. Anybody trading gold? If I'm correct, I think it might go up before market close. What do you think? Isai, I don't, oh, fuck, I missed this trade right here again. So my bad, guys. I missed the risky trade right here where it closed below. I think it's too late to enter. So it's okay. Yeah, it's too late. I already hit TP. It's all good. I think I might be done trading for the day because I'm already doing pretty well so far. See if there's anything else over here. So yeah, I missed this trade right here off this one. Let me go over here to the question. So besides asking about gold, let me check out gold real quick. So gold over here. So Isai, what makes you think that it's gonna go? I'm just curious to see your analysis for this as well. I just want to see what you think. Because if you have an analysis, because I haven't analyzed it myself yet, right? So I'm just looking at what you see here. I'm just gonna draw some zones. So we got that lower zone right there. And then we got this upper zone right here. All right, so I'll close this off right here. All right, anyways, looking at this right here, let me turn on the pivots. So it's starting to shift to the upside. So maybe this is what you saw right here. So maybe you see that price is this way. Okay, so thanks, Kip. Kip said Jeff has a good breakdown for gold. Look at the private messages. So let me look at our K2 group over here. We have our, so I guess I have it on mute. So you guys can see I have a ton of messages right here. So if you guys have messaged me, I haven't gone to anyone's messages. Yeah, let me just check over here real quick. Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking at, I'm trying to see where Jeff's analysis of this. Okay, here we go, Kip. Yeah. Hey, Kip, can you just tag the post? Just like right click it and then reply to it so I can see which post you're talking about. There's a lot of messages here. Sorry guys, I'm like super far behind on the messages here for the trading mentor group. Let me see if I can find it here. Let's scroll up real quick. Let's see if I can find it. Jeff. Okay, so is this gold right here? Okay, so I think this is the gold that Jeff marked up right here. So this is kind of what Jeff is anticipating right here. It's looking at this right here. So price comes up, comes down, comes up, and goes sideways. That's kind of what I'm anticipating right here too. So he drew it exactly how I drew it right here too. So he's anticipating it to swing up, come back for a retest, and then another push to the upside. So that's kind of what I see happening right here too. The reason for that is because the trend meter right here is blue, so it's indecisive. It was currently bearish because you can see it was red, neutral, and then it shoots up from this side right here. So if this starts to shift to the upside, there's also high impact news right here coming up to ISM manufacturing PMI. When this news event, or actually I think it already passed. So this right here was positive news. With that said, it might be push it down right here. So if this is positive for the US, then price is probably going to come down a little bit, retest, and then push back higher. So I could possibly see it coming up. You saw, I just, I'm not really, like I wouldn't necessarily enter a trade here and then wait for it to come up next week. I would probably wait for it to confirm, wait for it to retrace a little bit, and then catch it as it swings back up. But who knows? I mean, maybe this was a retracement right here because you can see price broke above here. Let me just go here and rewind this. So price broke above here, and then it actually already came down, retraced, and tested the pivots right here. So it came down, tested the pivots, and then now it looks like it's starting to, shift to the upside. So we'll have to see what happens here. But yeah, your analysis here is pretty solid. I mean, it lines up with Jeff's analysis too over here in the Trading Mentors group. His markup right here pretty much lines up exactly how we anticipated it right here as well. Push up, retracement, retest, and then push to the upside. So it might come up, might not. I would probably wait until Monday because you don't want to hold on to this trade over the weekend anyways. You want to take this like when the market's actually moving. So, I mean, if you do want to take the trade right here, I put your stop loss like way below here, but you can see it's a big, big stop loss, right? So you might have to take a small lot size and then have your stop loss down here, like a 200 pips or something to catch it as it swings up. Because I do see a long-term move happening here. It's just, you got to have a really big stop loss right here to catch it as it swings up there. Because it's probably going to come up. And then one of two things will happen. It'll keep pushing up here or it'll bounce down from this point before coming back up here. So it just really depends with, it just depends on how you want to do it. But yeah, this is kind of what we see. Yeah, so let's see. Sai said the way you analyze and mark up gold is exactly what I'm looking at. A push to the higher zone after a retest. No, exactly, Sai. So if that's the case right there and you're looking for the same thing, I'd probably wait for it to retest the pivots right here. It might come down, retest it. And then when it's done retesting, it'll just shoot right back up. So definitely good analysis right there. And I could definitely see that playing out. So what I would do is I would just wait for the confirmation. Once you have the confirmation, then I would, then maybe you could hop into it. But I wouldn't hop in just yet, especially right now too, because the trend meter is still blue. You want to wait for it to shift, right? So you can see right here. I'll show you an example. So price came down right here. Trend meter was red. It turned blue. Once it turned green right here, like it was like a home run move right there, right? Like literally, if you waited for it to turn green for the confirmation, because it kind of did the same thing here, right? Price came below, came up, retested. Once it retested right here, trend meter turned green. And if you took that trade right there, when it turned green, like if you waited a little bit, like this is such a huge move with no drawdown right there. So it's pretty much the same pattern. Price broke above, retested the pivots, and then shot up. Same situation over here. It's currently red. When this turns green down here, then it's probably going to indicate that price is ready to shoot to the top side. So probably something to look at each side, but definitely, I think you should be good. So I just be patient. I wouldn't hop in right away. I'd be patient, wait until maybe Monday to hop into that trade there. Let's see. Falcon said, sorry again, bro. I think attendance is wrong. Yeah, no problem, Falcon. It's I was just curious because like whenever someone comes like really strong about like switching to another platform, I'm always curious like what's so good about that platform where I have to switch over. So let's just see what you said here. So Falcon said TP stop loss same as MT4, but it automatically can calculate the lot size according to the risk you want to assign it. You can drag and drop accordingly. It's kind of like TradingView. No, exactly. Yeah. And that's one thing that's good too. So that thing is good if you're trying to trade off your, risk percentage. For me, from when I'm trading with Ftmo, I always have a fixed lot size. So it's not really necessity for me, right? Because I'm always using the same lot size. If you want to trade based off your account size, like if you're trading a personal account, then yeah, it would make sense because you want to slowly and gradually scale that account up, right? With Ftmo, I don't really scale the account. I always use the same lot size. So the lot size thing doesn't really make a difference for me because I'm still going to use the same lot size. It's either going to be a 10 or it's going to be a 5, depending on whether it's a risky trade or a safe trade. So your first recommendation why you think it's a good one, that might work for you if you're using a personal account, but on Ftmo, it doesn't really work. make a difference for me. So I'd have to scrap that. That wouldn't make a reason for me to switch over, but it might make a reason for you because if you're trading an account where you're trying to scale it up, it would make sense, right? Obviously. But for me, I withdraw all my profits from FTMO every month. I don't like leaving profits in there in case of any accidents. Because the thing is, if you fail FTMO, you can just do another one. If you blow your personal account, you can't do it again, right? You lose all your money. So that's why it makes sense for you to use it yourself if you're trading personal. Also, your second thing said the execution times are better. Just thought I'd let you know, but yeah, copier makes sense. So execution times, I think it's the same across platforms. It just depends on your internet connection. Um, whenever I have issues where I can't get out, I know that I'm having internet connection issues where my internet is just lagging and it won't close it out because I'll get an error on MT4. But that's okay because if I get an error on MT4, it'll show in the logs. So I can open MT4, pull up the logs. I'll go to FTO and say, hey, my internet connection wasn't working and there was an error where it was lagging. And it'll say error right there because it'll say ping and it'll say connection lost. So if it says that and you show it to FTMO, they'll just refund you that trade. So they'll just wipe out that trade and add credit to your account. So currently right now with those two reasons, it's not enough for me to switch over, but for you, it might be good, Falcon. So, we're on different things here. I'm using a copier. You're probably not using a copier. So it's okay for you to use it. But for me personally, the benefit of me staying on MT4 right now is just it far outweighs the benefit of switching to another platform. But it doesn't mean it's a bad decision. So you have to weigh the pros and cons, right? Is it really worth you to switch over, or is it better for you to just stick with what you have now? So, everyone's different. For me, MT4 works perfect for me, so I don't need to switch over. But for you, it might be something that you might want to switch to. It just really depends on your situation. But it seems like it might be good for you. So definitely, and it's all like we have a good rapport here, Falcon. It's not like I'm like mad at you and you're not mad at me. We're just, I'm trying to understand your point of the situation, and I'm trying to see like your side of whatever you're trying to explain. So no, definitely thanks for like even bringing that up, Falcon, because that might be a good move for other people as well. It might not be a good move for me, but it might be a good move for other members here in K2 or whoever here is on the YouTube. So definitely great right there. Billy's asking, hey K2, what's your account size with FTMO? I have two 200K accounts. So you guys can see here that I usually post two different profits. I have this one right here. This is a 200K. You can see where it's like green right here because this is my master account. Whenever I have a TP, when it closes out at TP, it turns green right here. My second account right here doesn't have the green, right? Because this is a separate account and it just copies my trades that I take on this one. So I take my main trades off this account. This is why it's up 4,246. And then this is my copier where it's only up 3,826. Profits are a little different. The same trades are taken, but since this is a copier, it's kind of laggy. So it takes trades later, and that's why I missed out on some profit here. That's why this one's up a little bit over this one. It's about like 400 more in profit on this account versus this one because it just it goes back and forth. The volatility is just too high. So those are my two accounts right there. Let me scroll up real quick. I think I missed a couple of questions. So let me scroll up real quick and see what I missed here. Miles said, PC not acting right, so we're starting it. Let me be back shortly. Definitely, Miles. And good profit today as well. Jordy also said, good accident. Yeah, no, exactly. Good accident there for sure. Jesus said, how do you set automatic TP? So Jesus, in order to set the automatic TP, you need to be on TradingView, and then you need to right click on your chart and click on depth of market. So if you go to depth of market, it'll show you like a big drop down of like all the current prices. And then in the middle box, you can set your lot size. On the left side, you set your stop loss, which is like automatically set to 300 or 500 pips for me. And then on the right side, you set your TP, which is it's like 100 pips for me because that's all I'm shooting for when I'm going for these like really quick scalps on the 1 minute. Let me see if there's anything else here. Thanks, Brian. So Brian actually confirmed it for me. He said not restricted for the news earlier that I was worried about. Other question over here. Ryan said, first in line to be the K2 mascot, baby. No, definitely, Ryan. You've been killing it, bro. I want you to keep killing it because, like you mentioned, this is like also going to be a good side income for you, which, could be your main income where you can start doing with things that you like, right? Like you can just cut hair for fun, or not for fun, but cut hair because you like to cut hair rather than having to cut hair and, for money, because you can make money trading and then just cut hair whenever you want to. That's kind of like how Maddie is too. So there's a lot of barbers in here. We have Jaime, we have Maddie, we have Jay, we have, you know, Ryan over here as well. You know, all you guys love to cut hair, so it's cool. You guys can make profit trading, and you guys can still cut hair on the side for fun. You know, for people that you want to cut for, where it's not like there's no stress on like actually making money from cutting. It's just from, you know, doing what you enjoy. Let's see any other questions here. Roger said earlier in the session when price was below pivots and we were looking for a sell scalps, the fundamentals were up 130 on both the index and futures. With the scalp strategy, can we still look for them if fundamentals are 100% in the opposite direction, or is it just riskier? So Roger, if using the risky strategy, you know, I'm probably going to call that strategy the K2 high-low scalp, because that's what it makes sense, because we're identifying the highs and the lows. So for that high-low strategy, Roger, you can still trade both ways, because the thing is with that strategy, we're going for the quick moves, right? We're only going for like 100 pips. So the thing with that is you're not holding it where the fundamentals are going to swing it back in the opposite direction. Like you can literally catch a spike down, get out of that position, and then it'll swing back up. So it is riskier if you trade against the fundamentals, but it's still possible. Like I was mentioning over here, right? Yeah, this thing dropped, guys. It's crazy. It was up like 200 points. Now it's only up 4 points. So the fundamentals were up like 200 points, and you guys can see the trades here. I took a couple sells here, like this one. I made 570 off it. Even though fundamentals are very strong, I just caught this right here for a quick little move. It was just like a 100 pip move, right? I hopped in, 100 pips right there, hopped out, made my quick 1,000, and then I just let it do what it's supposed to do. So it is going to be riskier, but it is but it's doable as long as you do it properly and you don't get greedy. You guys got to make sure to pull out of your positions and profit when it's TP. A lot of people don't like to pull out. They get greedy and they want to hold on to it for longer, and then it ends up reversing on them. They end up losing money. So it is possible, but you definitely would want to be you know, careful with it. So other than that, let me see if I missed anything else. So yeah, Bobby, sorry, I did miss your question. So Bobby said, going back to my question from yesterday, lot size and account size, going to be several lines coming up. Hope this is what you need. So, all right. So Bobby said contract size 100, margin 5%, minimal volume. All right, Bobby. I think that a lot of this information is stuff that I don't need, unfortunately. I think we were trying to figure out like what your let me ask you the questions again. So if you can just ask your question again, Bobby, because I know you're asking what lot size you should be using, and then let me just give you the question so that you can give me those things that we can just plug in. Because I think you were asking what lot size to use for COT, right? Because that information that you gave me, it isn't really, it's not what I was looking for. But I think you said you were trading on COT FOREX, and then you were asking what's the lot size to use for US 30, right? It just refreshed my memory if that's what it was. I think that's what it was. Sorry, we just got a bunch of questions, so I can't remember exactly what you were asking about. But I think it was that. You're asking about COT FOREX, which was your broker. You were asking what your lot size should be for US 30. And if that's what it is, can you just confirm it? And then I'll ask you specific questions so that we can figure out you know, the solution to your question there. All right, so I'll leave it there for a few seconds, Bobby. I'll let you give me those details, and then I'll come back to your question shortly. Okay, cool. So here, I'm going to do this right here again. I'm going to put it down. I think I remember because we talked about it yesterday. So you have a 2K account on COT FOREX. So the thing is, I've never used COT FOREX, so I don't know exactly what the thing is here. So, and you want to know what lot size for US 30, correct? Was it US 30 or was it a different asset? I can't remember if there was something else that you wanted. So I think this was your question, right? You have a 2K account on COT FOREX. You wanted to ask what the lot size was for US 30. So the questions that I need, the answers that I need from you is how much is a pip worth trading a standard lot size? And this is like the only information you really need. Like how much is a pip worth? Sorry, worth. Because if you can tell me how much is a pip worth on a standard lot, we can determine whether it's a standard lot size broker or whether it's a mini lot size broker. I'm thinking it's a standard lot size like Hugo's way, but I don't know if anyone else here uses COT. If you guys have that information, I mean, maybe you guys can share with us. I'm still surprised people still use COT because COT had like so much slack like in the past, and I feel like a lot of people like stop using them. But I mean, if you're still using them and they work, that's fine. But I've heard a lot of people have issues with COT, so I haven't heard anyone else use COT like in the past year, 2 years now. Everyone kind of switched over to other brokers. But yeah, so if you can tell me how much a pip is worth trading a standard lot size on COT Forex for US 30, then I can answer your question. Because the thing is, on Hugo's way, so on Hugo's way, generally 0.1 lot size per 1K. So if it's the same as Hugo's way, it should be a 0.01 per 1K. So if you have a 2K account, you should probably be using a 0.02. But I'm not sure how it's measured on COT. I've never used COT before. So I never, like, I don't know how much it's worth per pip. So if you could get this information right here, I mean, it's not that hard to get. You can probably just take like a small 0.01 on your account, open and close it, and see how much you make per pip. Or you can just message COT and ask them like, hey, how much is a pip worth trading standard lot on COT? And then they'll tell you it's either going to be so on a standard lot size broker, generally a 0.1 is going to equal I think it's $10 a pip or a dollar a pip or $10 a point. So generally, this is how much if your broker is a standard lot size broker, this is how much it's gonna. So if you can tell me how much this is worth, and we can figure out exactly, like how much lot size you should be using. Because the thing is, if you got a 2K account, say you got a $2,000 account, and you want to risk 3%, right? 3% is gonna be a $60 risk. So if you want to be risking that, you gotta use like a smaller broker. Because the thing is, we have a 500 pip stop loss or a 300 pip stop loss. So if you're doing a dollar per pip times 300, you're gonna be risking 300 off that trade. So you probably need to use a different broker if you're gonna be taking these scalps with us here. So yeah, Bobby, if you can get those questions, the answers for this right here, we can we can help you with that. So this is gonna be a standard lot size broker, a mini lot size broker, because each broker is different. 0.1 equals 10 cents a pip or dollar a point. So this is why it's a little different. If you have a smaller account, you should probably be using a mini lot size broker, because this is how much it's gonna be worth a pip, and you can take a bigger risk this way versus using a standard lot size. You should probably have like at least a 5-10K account if you're trading on a standard lot size, because your risk is gonna be really high. All right. Yes, because people in the group, there's two different. So Alan said same as Hugo's, and then Dean said I thought it was different. So one person thinks it's the same, so one person thinks different. So I think it'd be better if you can ask Hugo's way, just ask him how much is a pip worth trading a standard lot size on COT, and then they'll tell you how much is it worth per pip, and then we can figure out what lot size you should be using. But if you have a 2K account and it's a standard lot size, you should be using a bare minimum. Where like this should be the highest lot size you should use is 0.01 until you you make more of it. So we'll get back to that. But anyways, back to the questions over here. Let's see if there's anything else that I'm missing. All right, so Scott said, hi, Shawn. What would be your recommendations for new traders in your program to supplement learning on the weekends? What path did you take in your early years, looking to get better overall? So the main thing that you can do to get better, Scott, is to practice. Like for me, when I started trading in the beginning, like trading became like an addiction to me, right? Like, but it was like a good addiction because I was trading like demo and stuff. Actually, I lied. I never trade demo. I was losing a lot of money, but trading a real account, but it wasn't necessarily like a lot of money. I was losing money, but it was a learning experience. So my big recommendation to you, Scott, is to backtest as much as you can. Just find a strategy that you really like and then backtest it as far back as you can. Before, when I first started trading and when I started developing these strategies for you guys, what I did every single day, because I was still working a normal job. I was working as an attorney. So I was a lawyer before this. I was working like, 10, 12 hours a day. I would come home and I would just be charting every single day. Like I get home like at 9 p.m. I chart from like 9 p.m. to midnight, go to sleep, go back to work, come back, do the same thing every single night. And then on the weekends, I would just back test as well. And that's why our strategies here work so well, because I've back tested everything so many years back that I found a consistency with all the strategies that we apply. So my main advice to you, Scott, would be to just back test as much as possible. That's definitely going to supplement it the most, because trading is all about trial and error. You have to go and make mistakes and you have to learn from them. Whenever you have a loss or whenever you have any trade, I would also recommend that you go and journal all your trades, especially in the beginning, because when you journal your trades, you can start to figure out where you lose. Generally, what I figured out when I started to journal was that I was always losing trades at night. In the morning, I'd have so many wins and I'd be so good in the morning, and then I trade at night during Asia session and I'd have losses. So what I started to do is I just stopped trading in Asia session and I started to stack up more profit. So one thing to do is to back test. Second thing to do is to supplement, to document your trades. So just journal your trades, pretty much put the time of each trade, the day of each trade, what strategy you applied, whether it was a win or a loss, how much profit did you make, how much did you lose, some notes as to like the details of the trade. And then what you can do is, like, during that entire week, when you take those trades on the weekend, go back and review those trades. Understand, why did you lose that trade? Was there news? Was there manipulation? Was there, did you skip a rule? Did you take a trade too early? And this is how you get better, because the only way you get better is from learning from your mistakes. And that's how I got so good at trading, because I understand my mistakes and I confronted them. A lot of people, they'll make mistakes and then they'll just push it aside, right? They'll make a mistake and they'll say, oh, this is just bad luck. And then they never learn from it and they just keep making the same mistake over and over again. It's the same situation with a lot of people here. A lot of people will hit me up and they'll say, hey, Shawn, I don't know what's going on with my account. I keep losing. I look at their trades and they're over trading, right? They're revenge trading, they're over trading, they're over leveraging. So the thing is, if they can get those out of the way and stop revenge trading, then they wouldn't have so many losses, and they would still have some losses, but it would be minimized, substantially. Instead of having like 10 losses, they'll have one loss. And a lot of people, they just don't want to face the problems, right? It's the same with, like, it's just how it is with a lot of people. A lot of people like to run away from their problems and they don't like to confront them. But with trading, you have to confront your problems. If you have a problem, if you're addicted to trading and it's become addiction for you, you should probably take a break. Stop trading for like a couple of days, a week, a month, and then come back later refreshed, so that you don't treat it like you're gambling. Because I've been in that situation before. I've been in pretty much every situation that you guys have been in. I've been trading for 11 years now. In the beginning, I did treat it like gambling because it was so easy to make profit, but it was so easy to lose profit as well. So everyone learns differently, but my main advice to you would be to back test as much as possible and to journal all your trades so that you can identify where you're messing up at, so you can make changes to come back better the next time around. So yeah, that's the main thing that I could give you there, Scott. So other than that, let's see if there's anything else right here. Let me scroll up real quick. Dean's asking, does your copier delay ever cause losses? Sometimes, but very rarely, Dean. Because the thing is, I don't close out of my trades like right on break even. If you have your so the thing is, you have to factor in volatility, you have to factor in slippage, you have to factor in lag. So if you move your stop loss to break even, then you might suffer like a small loss because it just closes it out later. So what I generally do is, if I move my stop loss in profit, I move it above the break even so I can cover that. So it rarely causes losses, but in some instances it does. Like if the market's shooting up like 100 to 1,000 pips per second, yeah, it's going to cause losses because there's going to be slippage. But I've also had issues where it lagged a little bit and actually made more profit. So it's a double-edged sword. Sometimes it's beneficial, sometimes it's not. But it rarely happens. I think it takes about a 0.0005 second for it to execute. So it shouldn't really be that big of an issue. And I've never really had any big issue using the copier. Let's see, Henry's question above here. He said, what type of desktop setup processor do you use? Processor and good graphics card. I have a iMac Pro, Henry. So I mean, I don't know anything about computers. Let me see if I could let me see iMac Pro 2019 specs. So I don't really I mean, you don't need a crazy computer to trade, Henry. Like literally you can use any computer. I have an iMac Pro. I know I have like my iMac is pretty pricey, but so I do have, let me see. Let me just go over here. iPad Pro. I don't even know what year my computer is. All right. Um, so I have a iMac Pro 2017. Let me see iMac Pro. Okay, so this is my iMac. I mean, it was pretty pricey iMac. My iMac is maxed out, so I have pretty much everything that I have a 10 core, I believe. Yeah, I have a 10 core Xenon W. I have this one right here, this processor. Pretty much all of the highest stuff that I could get here. I have like the highest, but this stuff's not necessarily like you don't need all this stuff to trade. TradingView uses like the most minimal like the most minimal computer that you need. I just got it because I could get it, you know. I didn't necessarily need it, but I got it because I could, you know, I made a lot of profit trading last year. So I was like, I might as well just splurge out on a good computer. So I have this computer here. This is what I have. If you want to go look it up, just search iMac Pro 2017. I have pretty much have the highest processor. The highest graphics card, the highest memory, but this stuff isn't necessary. So if you want to go look at the details, you guys can. They don't make these anymore though. The only reason I got this is because it came in space gray. The new iMacs don't come in space gray anymore. This is the last one that came out in space gray. So I like the color and that's why I got it. But yeah, it's not necessary. You can have it, but you can also trade on a basic Windows computer as well. Um, yeah, no, that's what I did. I clicked on the about this Mac. I just opened it on my other screen over here. So this is what I have. Mac OS Big Sur, Mac Pro 2017, 3 gigahertz, 10 core Intel. I mean, but this stuff isn't really necessary. You don't need all this stuff here. I just got it because the computer, because the screen is huge. Like it's like I don't know what is this. How big is the screen? The display is 27 inches. So I have a huge screen right here with just trading view. And then I have my MT4 on this side over here. And then but this stuff's not necessary. It's really all cosmetics. It just looks like a cool computer. So I got it. All right. Anyways, back to this over here. Let me see what else I'm missing. Main said 128 gigs of memory, bro. I don't know. Is that a good thing? Main said 128 gigs of memory, bro. That's insane. Yeah, because I maxed out the computer like last. If you guys have been with K2 for a while, you guys saw like how well I did with trading last year. So I was using a Mac, like a MacBook, a Mac laptop, and I was like, man, I might as well splurge on this computer. This computer is like almost like 15K, and it's stuff that I don't even need because I don't use any of this stuff on here. It's just it's you know, it's just a computer. Oh, okay. Yeah, so main say usually a lot is 32 gigs, but I have 128 gigs. Yeah, so I guess I have like I mean I got like the max configuration on this computer, and that's why that's why it costs so much, but it's not necessary. You don't need this stuff unless you're like editing videos and doing other stuff that you know people usually use Macs for. I just trade on it, so it's not really that necessary. But I mean it's cool. No lag, it's all perfect, it's smooth, so it's good. Here, let me scroll up real quick and see what else. So let's see if there's anything else over here. Sorry, I'm just looking what else people asked. Okay, so Vincent said just did a sell at 739, got stopped out. 739, this one right here. Let me check. Oh yeah, this thing shot up right there. This is why I usually don't like to trade on the on Fridays, guys, because you guys can see it's the market's too volatile. Um, Damn, it looks like it. Actually, no, it looks like it hit TP right here, Vincent. So if you took this trade right here, like right when it closed, this next candle right here looks like it spiked down. Here, let me see if it pushed down a little bit. Yeah, it looks like it hit TP before it would have stopped you out. No, I don't know. I might be wrong, but who knows? Because right here you can see this is the one that you entered 6739, and then right here the next candle was like red, but it was also up here. So I'm not sure if it hit your stop loss before it swung up, but this is a huge candle. So this candle actually shot up like 700 pips. And this is why I usually don't recommend trading on Friday after a certain time period. It's 7:51 right now. I probably wouldn't trade anymore right here because the market is obviously very risky. It's too volatile right now. Unless you have a really wide stop loss, you can handle whatever like swings that happen. But other than that, I personally wouldn't really trade right now. I think there was another question down here as well from Ken. So Ken said for the past two K2 signals on US 30, could you go through why we wouldn't take those trades? So for one, I wouldn't take it because it's Friday. That's the main thing. And it's like midway, like for Friday, the problem with this is like I mentioned before, right? A lot of people are getting in the market or people are getting out of the market. So the problem with this is people are trying to buy the dip and then people are trying to get out of the market. So they sell off. So like right here, price comes up when people buy the dip. And then what happens is people pull out because they're trying to get out of the market for the weekend. And then price comes down for a fake out and then it swings right back up right here. So obviously you can see there's a lot of manipulation going on where price comes down, comes up, and it spikes down, then spikes back up. Normally each candle right here. So let me go over here to like 6 o'clock, right? These are like normal candles. A normal candle will move about 200 pips, right? It doesn't move very much. These are like normal candles that just keep moving slightly, 200, 300 pips, right? This candle right here moved like, it was a huge candle. It was like 700 pips. So this wasn't a normal candle right here. So the main thing that I would say not to trade during this time is because of it being Friday, but obviously you can see that market is not really moving that smoothly. And that's why I decided not to take any trades at this point. I probably would have taken this one right here because you asked about the 2-second ones, right, Ken? This one right here, I wouldn't have taken because it's kind of late into the session. I usually stop trading on Fridays after 7. So around this point right here, I'm usually done. I just look for the breakout and that's it on Fridays. But this one right here, I would have taken this one because this one actually played out what we were looking for earlier. So if you rewind the replay earlier, we actually saw this right here. I didn't take it myself, but other people in the group did take it. So looking at, I think Brian here took it. So his profit right there, 705, that's the one that he took over here. So I personally didn't take it, and I personally probably wouldn't have taken it because I don't like trading on Fridays. But some people did take it, and they locked in some pretty nice profit off that right there. So Brian actually locked in some more profit. He locked in 1,842 for the day. So nice work right there, Brian. Ryan over here as well. He locked in 983. Great work, Ryan. So Ryan and Brian, both of them killed it for that right there. Also, let's see. The Slorm here as well. Slorm locked in the total of 934. Nice work, Slorm. And then Slorm actually came back. So Slorm messaged me at 7:36, and Slorm said that they were done. They said done at 900, and they came back for another trade here. Now in profit, 1,260. So nice work, Slorm, for the day. So I'm saying thanks, Shawn. See you next week. So definitely see you guys next week if you guys are done trading for the day. Other than that, let's see Dell over here. So Jordy locked in a total of 3,642. Nice work, Jordy. And he's asking tools. All right, so that's the one that I use. So Jordy locked in 3,642. Sharif over here locked in a total of 621. Nice work, Sharif. Nice, and he's done for the day. So congrats on your account, Sharif. I know you thought you lost your account yesterday, but you actually didn't, and then you came back with some profits for the day. Owen locked in a total of 2,330. Nice work, Owen. And then Owen's other account, he locked in 3,446. Amazing work right there, Owen. Scotty over here as well, locked in a total of 752. Nice work, Scotty. And then lastly, Ryan over here locked in 983. Sorry, not the last one. We have Dell here as well. Dell locked in 734. So as you guys can see, everyone here in K2, there's like about well over 100 people who posted their profits this morning. They all have straight wins, right? Dell again. So Dell actually took another trade right here. He's up 1,096. Looks like he might have had an accidental loss right there off this one, but everything else was wins. So straight wins right there for the most part. Dell, his previous trade over here, straight wins. Ryan over here, Scotty, all straight wins are all blue. Owen over here, all wins. Owen's other account, all wins. And this is what it's all about, guys. It's all about consistency. Sharif over here locked in these trades, all wins right here as well. So all wins all across the board. Jordy as well, all wins. So guys, what I'm trying to teach you guys here is consistency, right? I know you guys like to take like a lot of trades, but you guys have to be very consistent with what you decide to take so that you guys don't suffer any losses. Main key here is to not lose. If you don't lose, you know, your profits will just keep adding up every single day. Looking over here at G. So G main over here locked in a total of 4,629. Nice work, bro. On fire. So you've been on point with your profits. Straight wins, no losses. That's a nice buy right there that you caught. Isai over here. Yeah, Isai's been going back and forth, but he's making his way back up. So it looks like, I think you told me before that you, and my bad, I just saw your message right now, Isai. So I'll get back to your message later. But yeah, your indicators are good to go. So make sure to check on TradingView. If you have issues, just let me know and I can double check. But my bad, I did see your message yesterday, but I forgot to respond to you. But your indicators are currently working. So other than that, let's see. Scott said, thanks, Shawn. See you next week. Definitely, Scott. I'll see you next week as well. Charlie said, so for the 1 minute and 3 minute scalp, if there are valid entries and you see a opposite momentum signal after, should you close out the trade? So Charlie, for me, the only time I would close out the trade is if I get an opposite entry. So like, say for example, right here, for see how this right here came down, and you'd be waiting for this to hit, right? I mean, it would have hit your stop loss already, but if you're waiting for something like this, the only time I would exit this trade if it's still active is if it crosses above here. So if there's another entry for a buy, because you know it went from a sell here to now a buy. If this one right here happened, then I would close it out. But just because you get a momentum signal, I wouldn't close it out right away. I would wait for it unless it hits stop loss. If it hits stop loss, then yeah, I would pull it out. So yeah, Charlie, I mean, it's just really subjective. That's why this strategy, you have to take a little bit longer to put together the requirements, because the thing is, it's always changing. It moves too fast, and you guys have to actually understand how to identify these swing highs and swing lows. But yeah, if you just get a momentum signal, that doesn't give me a reason to close it out. I would only close it if I have an entry in the opposite direction. Let's see. Ryan's asking, hey, Shawn, would that have been a good buy just now since it broke the high? Yeah, it would. So right here, basically, here, I'll just put the requirements here. These are like working requirements, guys. So just don't get these set in stone. I'm just going to show you what I'm looking for specifically when applying this. So this is the K² high-low scalp strategy. So for this, you want to confirm price, break and close past previous high-low swing. 2, you want to confirm direction of momentum using K² momentum indicator. And then enter for a quick scalp 130. So that's pretty much it. I mean, this is really what it is. I need to incorporate better requirements, because like I mentioned, you know, guys, this is going to be difficult for you guys to understand, like how to or actually this wouldn't even be an entry down here because there was no low. But basically right here, this is what Ryan was identifying. You don't need the pivots for this strategy. Basically, you're confirming a break and close past the previous high, the swing high lows. So like looking at this right here, this is the high right here, right? Or this was the previous high. This is still pending because it's on the current candle, but this is the previous high and this is the one before that. So right here, you can see that this candle is breaking past the swing high, right? The first requirement here is confirm price, break and close past previous high-low swing. So right here is a swing high. It closed above it. Confirm the direction of momentum using the K² momentum indicator. So for example, right here, this is a buy signal. So with that said, both requirements are met. It broke and closed past the structure. We had the buy signal right here. You would take this for a long position right there. And then you would just let it run. So yeah, Ryan, if you took that trade right there, full TP, straight to TP. And this is using the K² high-low scalp strategy. I'll go over this more in detail once I figure things out. But right now, currently, you know, we're kind of just playing it by ear. because I've been applying this for a long time. I've been applying the strategy for years. Generally, if people had issues with their FTMO and they need me to pass it for them, like right away, when I used to pass people's FTMOs, I would use a strategy and I could pass your FTMO within like a day or so. Because you can see, this is the only strategy I applied for the most part today, plus the breakout. And I locked in a total of like 8,000 today, right? If you're doing like a 100K account, you had to pass your FTMO already if you would have done this for just one day. So this is what you would have here. David, this indicator is not ready yet. I'm still working on it. This indicator is going to be called the K2 high-low indicator. It's not done yet. We just developed this. My brother developed this like a couple days ago to help you guys identify where the swing highs and the swing lows are. So I've been working on it. He's been working on it. We're testing it every day, especially here on the live sessions, just to see how accurate it is. It's been pretty accurate so far. You have to wait for it to close and to confirm. Once you have it to close and confirm, then it's usually a pretty good point. So like, for example, right here, Ryan, this would have been an entry, and then this one right here would have been an entry as well. So both of these would have been both entries because it broke this high and this high. And obviously it'd be two straight wins right there. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for that. Charlie said, LOL, you can pass mine for me. Yeah, I don't pass people's FTMOs anymore because I used to pass them when FTMO was still new, like when they weren't that strict, but now they're like very strict. So I don't bother passing them because I don't want to lose my accounts passing other people's FTMOs. I prefer to just trade on my own because I make, substantial more profit just trading my own account and getting, my profits that way. So I don't necessarily pass FTMOs anymore because they can identify IP addresses, and like if I'm trading an account that's like in the UK and they see that the same person's trading it from the same address, two different accounts, they're gonna flag my account and they're gonna message me like, hey Shawn, we're gonna have to disable your account because you're trading multiple accounts. So that's why I don't do it anymore. I don't bother risking it. Here, let's see. Okay, you're talking about the pivot strategy. Gotcha. So let me just go up real quick. So Charlie was actually asking about the pivot strategy over here. So for this right here, not looking at this right here, but yeah, looking at the pivot strategy, let me just show you. So using this strategy right here, that would have been like this one right here, right? This would have been the entry. You're asking if you get an opposite signal. So if you get an opposite signal, I usually still hold on to it. I don't, for this specific strategy, I never pull out early. It's either going to hit TP or it's going to hit stop loss for me. Even if I get an opposite signal, I don't hop out of it because sometimes you'll see right here how price is, let me see if I can find an example. I think this already hit TP, so an account, yeah. Because sometimes you'll see where price is just going sideways, right? So let's see, I'm trying to find an example where I just go sideways for a long time. Like right here. So around like this area over here where price is going sideways, I mean, it probably would have hit your TP already, but when price goes sideways like this, you're going to have a lot of different signals, right? So you don't want to pull out just because it pulls below, like temporarily, because it can just shift right back up. Like this right here, price comes down, but then it, if you had a sell signal there, if you were doing that, you probably would have pulled out. But if you just held on, it would have swung right back up. So I never pull out of that strategy anytime early. I usually just let it hit TP or stop loss. But I'm very careful with taking these, so I don't really take risky ones anyways, where it happens to move like that. Usually during US session, it's always moving directional, but in some instances, it's going to happen where price is just going to go sideways for a while, and then you're going to get caught in the moves. But yeah, Charlie, I don't close out of any of them early for the most part. The only time I close out of them early is if I have an opposite position any other direction. All right, let's see if there's anything else here. Yeah, no problem, Charlie. I know it's kind of confusing, but when you start to see it, you'll start to notice that like you should just trust your gut when you take the trade. Because I've done that before where I see an opposite signal, I pull out, and then I'm like, damn, right when I pull out, it goes right to profit. And I'm like, I should have just held on to that. Matthew said, man, I haven't been able to do anything today. Trying to install MT4 for Windows on my Mac. The Mac version is trash. Can't even, you could, Matt, that's what I'm using, Matthew. I'm using a Mac. This is the Mac app right here from MetaTrader 4. You can set the auto TP stop loss. You just have to right click on your chart and then you click on depth of market, and then you'll have, oh, you guys can see this right here, right? I don't know if you can see this on my screen, Matt, but if you click depth of market, this will come up right here. And then this middle thing right here is going to be your lot size. This is going to be your stop loss, and this is going to be your TP. So you just add a 0. If you want 500 pips, you'll do 5,000. If you want to do 100 pip TP, you'll do 1,000 there. So it's I mean, it works on mine. I don't know if you have like a different app, but it works perfectly on mine. So I mean, it's unfortunate that you missed the trades, but it does work on mine. So I'm not sure if like you might be using a different application. Let me see if there's anything else over here. Oh yeah, Charlie. So you got to have the actual MT4 app on your computer. You just right click on your chart. I can't drag mine over here right now. I don't know why it's not. I'm trying to drag it over, but it's not going over. Just this thing's moving over, but the actual window is not going. Because I have two different screens. I have this screen and then this screen right here. I think it's locked onto this screen. But anyways, you just right click on your chart. Go down to like the third option. It says depth of market. And when you click on that, this box right here will come up. So whenever I take these scalps right here, like say, for example, if I was going to take this scalp here that Ryan identified. So if I wanted to take this right here and I wanted to automatically set my TP stop loss, what I do is I put my lot size, right? 10 lot right here. I change this to 3,000, which is technically 300 pips. And then over here, I set this to 1,000, which is 100 pips. So when I hit buy right here, it's going to automatically enter a buy, and then it's going to automatically place TP stop loss at 300 and 100. And then from there, I just let it run. I let it do whatever it needs to do. When it hits TP, it automatically closes me out. And that's how I get in and out of these positions super quickly without having any greed. Because the thing is, if you're entering manually, you're going to get greedy, right? You see a move in a profit, you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to hold on to this for another second. And that second comes, trade reverses on you, you lose a trade. So this is how I take my trades on MT4. I just click this and everything's automated. Automatic TP, automatic stop loss. I'm in and out. And then I show you guys my profits. And I'm like, okay, like took that trade. And then I'm like, oh, I made 1,000 off that. Because if I'm doing 100 pips, my profit potential off that trade is going to be 1,000 because it's $1 per pip. So that's how I made that 1,000 right here. All right. Oh, that's weird. So yeah, Charlie said I can't find that option. When I right click on the chart, a circle pops up. Let me see if I can find it here. I don't see it on my thing. I was trying to look at the tabs on the top side to see if there's anything here, but there's no option here for that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what your screen looks like, Charlie. If you can take a video of it, maybe we can take a look. But for me, when I right click on it, it has a bunch of options. It has like set limit, trading, depth market, one click trading, timeframes. It's like a whole drop down menu of stuff. I also think you're on a Windows, right? So you might be using a different platform. So yours might look a little different from mine. Oops, up here. Other green line at? Oh, bro, you're using a Mac. Yeah, I'm not sure what show. If you could take a screenshot or a video, Charlie, I can probably take a look. But I'm trying to figure out what your screen looks like. Because it should, if you're using a Mac, or you know what, the thing is, I don't think you have do you have right click enabled on your Mac? Let's see. Oh, what the hell? Yours looks way different. Yeah, your whole application looks way different. I have like the old winner. Like yours has a yeah, because you have like the this is like the phone version of the MetaTrader. Yeah, you got the tablet version. So this one's a little different. You got to have the actual computer version, Charlie, because when you play with it on your phone, this is what usually comes up. You have the tablet version. If you go to the MetaTrader website, you might have to install the other one. Go to the website real quick. MetaTrader. Yeah, so if you go on here, Charlie, just click on the X right here to download the Mac version because your version is different. You have the iPad version or the tablet version because we don't have this option on ours. On our screen, it's like actual it looks like way different. So you might want to go and download the actual computer version right here on the website. Because I don't think you have the option to do it on a tablet version because it gives you like this little pop-up, which kind of looks like an old ass computer. Like it's like you're like on Windows 95 right here trading this. But that's pretty much what it would look like if you right click on it. Okay, yeah. So Matthew had the same problem, Charlie. So Matthew said I was using the mobile app version. I opened the wrong MT4 app. Yeah, no. So both of you guys had the other app open, so that's why you guys don't have the option. But if you open the actual computer version, you'll have like more things to do on there. There's like more stuff that you can add on and use from there. So that would be a next best move right there. All right, so it's 8:12 right now, guys. I think that's it for the questions. I think we have another question here. Jim Pop is asking, Jim Pop and Coins, he's asking, what is the K² Premium Signals channel consist of? Is that signals or web? We don't do signals anymore, but if I do have trades that I want to share with you guys, then yeah, the signals will be posted in there. Basically, in that channel is where it's a broadcast page. So this is the channel right here. Basically, what we do here is we post updates. So if we're taking the trade, we'll post the update of the trades here. This is where the Zoom links are posted as well, so you can join the live sessions. We do have signals sometimes, but right now the market, there was news every day this week, so we don't necessarily have any signals for this week. But generally, if we do have a signal, it's going to come up like this over here. Let me see. Yeah, it's been a while. So if there's a signal, it's going to come up like, man, where's the freaking signal? Okay, right here. So this is what a signal looks like. If it does come up, the signals rarely come now because I don't really trade Forex as much anymore. I do trade Forex every once in a while. So if I do see some, a good trade, then I'll share it with you guys and the signal will come up here. But we don't necessarily do signals anymore. Everything is live trading. So if you guys want to copy my trades or copy what I'm doing here, it's better for you guys to learn the strategies and then follow along with us applying, what we've been applying here during these live sessions. So there's not necessarily any signals. Like if you go on the page now, there's no option to sign up for signals anymore. When you go here, it's just the K² Trades live trading room or the strategies. It's one or the other. But we don't necessarily post signals as much, only if I see something that's really good, because I don't like posting bad trades. If I post a trade, odds are it's probably going to hit. Yeah, I missed another one right here. So another breakout right here for this, would a good one. But it's okay. I'm done trading for the day. It's 8:14. Let me see if there's any other questions here. Yeah, Charles, a huge candle right there, right? This thing broke the high right here. So that would have been another quick 1 minute scalp right there. Straight to TP, no drawdown. Yeah, that would have been nice. It's all good though. I don't want to risk it. I'm happy with my profit for the day. I'm up like pretty heavy across both of my accounts. There's really no necessity for me to force any trades. Harris is asking, you still selling your course and do you do your one-on-one mentoring sessions? I don't do one-on-one mentoring sessions anymore. If you guys were in K2 from like a while back, I used to do one-on-one mentoring sessions, but I don't do it anymore. We still do group mentoring sessions, but I don't do one-on-ones. One-on-ones are available. You'd have to message me for that, but those are all like by appointment and they're not free. Basically, those one-on-one mentoring sessions are meant to master strategies, right? If you have a strategy that you're working on, I can help you make it better. If there's issues that you need help making it better, if you need to figure out what indicators to use to increase your win rate, to add another confluence to it, to increase your odds of winning, those are what those mentoring sessions are meant for. Those mentoring sessions are meant for the more advanced traders who know what they're doing already, but just need a little help to better their strategy, whether it be a K2 strategy or whether it be their own strategy. I can show you what I do and what confluences and confirmations I use to pretty much guarantee my trades, right? Because you guys have seen here, I rarely lose at trading because I'm very consistent with what I apply. Like I know what to look out for. Like every time you trade, it's like solving a puzzle. You know, I have my indicators. I also have my fundamental analysis. I also have my retail sentiment. I have a lot of things that I look at. And for people who want one-on-ones, that's generally what I help them with, because it goes more deep into actual analysis, not necessarily like teaching basics. So if you guys are a more advanced trader and you guys have issues with your strategy, say your win rate's just not where you want it to be, I can generally help with that. But I rarely help people on one-on-one anymore. You know, for me, I'm at a point in life where I kind of just want to do whatever I want, whenever I want. So I just trade for the most part, and I help people when they need help. Right? I don't necessarily mentor people like I used to one-on-one, because I just don't have time for that anymore. But yeah, if you guys want to sign up to K2 and learn the strategies, just go on the website, k2trades.com, go to K2 Trade Strategies right here. Once you click on this, it'll give you access to all of the K2 indicators and the course, where it explains pretty much all the strategies that we're applying here every day. Other than that, I think that's it for the day, guys. It's 8:17, so I'm well over my time. And I'm not going to be trading for the rest of the day. So if you guys don't have to trade, I recommend you guys don't trade, just sit out the market. Otherwise, we'll be back here on Monday for the next live session where I can answer some more questions. So if you guys don't have to trade, another reminder, don't trade. Other than that, you know, enjoy your weekend, guys. You guys should go enjoy your weekend. We had a great week so far. I don't think we had any losses during the live session. So it's been a great week so far entirely. Looking at other profits here. So Alkin locked in a total of 7,344. Nice work, Alkin. Congrats to you. Scotty as well locked in a total of 839. Great work right there. And Kenneth over here, he had a couple of mistakes, but he still locked in 419 for the day. Nice work, Kenneth. His first day back, a couple of mistakes, but he came back strong. And Adrian here as well. Adrian locked in at 3,617. He said it's only demo, but it's still cool because you're getting used to it, right? So once you do the actual, you know, the actual challenge, you'll be on point with your trades. So going over to Alan as well, locked in a total of 7,687. Nice work, Alan. Alan said, thanks, Shawn. You're always on point. Great way to finish the week. Definitely, Alan. Glad to see that you locked in some massive profits off that. Brian here as well. Brian said, hey, Shawn, just want to say thank you, bro. K2 has been life-changing. I'll read this later. I don't want to like put your, your personal message out there. I'll read that when I get off the live session. But I think other than that, I think that's about it. I think we're good. So if you guys have more profits to send over, go ahead and send them over, and then we will add them to the list of profits for the day, where they'll be showcased in our group at the end of the session. So have a great weekend, guys. Be safe. You know, enjoy your weekend, guys. Just, you know, have fun this weekend. Come back on Monday refreshed, ready to make some more money, and then we'll be back here to trade again once the market reopens. It's the first trading week of October, so it is going to be NFP. So we are going to be having a lot of volatility this week, but I mean, it could be a good thing or a bad thing. You know, either way, we're going to try to make the best of it. But yeah, other than that, see you guys and have a great rest of your weekend.